Let's get started. Welcome to the Good Weather Report. Coming in on our broadcast, we're sending it down to the man of the hour, the human weather rod. Unfortunate neighbor, who you hanging with? Realize. Neighborhood meteorologist, I legit predict the thunder's ripping and flickering the light switch. Tethered as a smoke.
Welcome to the Unfortunate Neighborhood, where unfortunately I give you the weather. You're thinking to yourself, why you got your sunglasses on, man? It's like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. It's because shit is about to get real. Real bad because I can't fucking see anything. So, we all knew that we had some storms over the weekend. They weren't nearly as bad as what I was anticipating them where they could be, but I'd much rather y'all be on the safe side than not, right? That, and I listened to a whole bunch of other people. I'm not doing that again. But I want to bring up day 3 outlook. So Wednesday morning, we're going to be getting some storms coming in, right? Much of Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, this state, Missouri, and a little slither of Arkansas, right? So here, I believe this is today. It is. Right, so we have this set of storms right here that's going on right now. They're currently pushing out some tornadoes. There's been quite a few tornadoes coming off right there. But as we push off into Monday afternoon, evening time, this is for my fellas that are out in South Carolina, not North Carolina. I got it. South Carolina, right? The storms are going to be coming in about 3-ish p.m., give or take. Monday, so that'd be tomorrow afternoon. No, that's 9. Yeah, 21 Zulu minus 6 from that. That's what, 15? So, yeah, about 3 o'clock. No, that's not right. I don't know. But 21 Zulu, at some point in time, tomorrow afternoon, evening time, them storms are going to be coming off over into your direction. So I want to take a closer look over here in Oklahoma, Nebraska. That's Nebraska. Kansas, and a little bit down there in Texas. The reason why I want to do this is because it's going to be fairly quiet over the next few days going off into Wednesday, right? So then Wednesday we start seeing this whole last line of storms popping off right there. That's not where the issue is. As we can see at about 3 a.m., because 9 minus 6 is 3, we get this whole last line of storms right here, right? That's not good. That's not good, right? And then 6 a.m., we got that whole ass line of storms here again, right? And this is what I'm focused on. If the conditions are right, we could possibly get some tornadoes out of this storm system coming through. I'll be explaining that here in just a second. So Thursday again, we're going to be getting another little line of storms coming through. Doesn't seem to be bad at all. I figure them to be just normal springtime thunderstorms that we get. Possible chance of getting some severe, not a whole lot. Then again on Friday, we're getting some storms down here in southern Oklahoma, southwestern Oklahoma, and then they pop off over here into our neck of the woods over here in northeast Oklahoma again at about noon, 2, 6, 4, 2 o'clock. About 2 o'clock. About noon. That's noon. Eventually I'll get it right? And then we get little minor showers here and there over the weekend. Nothing too much. So here's the dew point. Y'all should know by now, dew point is my favorite. It is my favorite because we got some moist. That's for you, buddy. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Moist. Gulf of Mexico. Moisture coming through, right? Anyways, so then we got this warm or this cold, dry air coming through, and it smashes. And I'm pretty certain I already pushed forward. I did, so I kind of ruined all that. Anyways, so here's the moisture for today. Nobody cares. We're gonna just skip through this because we're more worried about Wednesday. So here's Tuesday. Here's Wednesday or Tuesday night about 9 p.m. So we can see that there's quite a bit of moisture right off in this area right here, with a little bit of moisture here and no moisture here. But here at about 3 a.m., we can see that this nice dry line right here, and that is a pretty, like, I love how crisp, if I can get it, there we go. I love how crisp this line is, right? But it's also not necessarily a good thing. We got warm air coming up here, we got cold air that sinks, right? And what happens is, in between this barrier right here, it goes like this, right? Because hot air rises, cold air sinks, right? And it goes like that, and then it causes rotation, and tornadoes rotate like this, and they come off and they go off to the ground, except a few, which there's a scientific thing out there. Anyways, long story short, there's been 2 tornadoes that have actually started off on the ground and then worked their way up, and instead of working their way from the top to the bottom. Fuck, that was a lot. All right, let's get back to the point, right? So here about 3 a.m., we're going to see this dry line starting to come through. It falls apart a little bit over here about 6 a.m., right? And this is about where we're going to be expecting them storms to start popping off. And then at whatever time, so that's 9 a.m. At 9 a.m., we can still see that there's still a pretty significant line right here. Sorry, I got a burp, but it's not coming out. So I'm going to be looking like I'm constipated for a minute. I apologize about that. Right? And then it gets pushed off, just like a Taco Bell shit. So, mixed layer cape. This is what I was wanting to talk about mainly, and this is why I'm saying that there is going to be a chance of tornadoes. Out of all the research I have done from 1950 to 2024, between April 2nd to the April 4th, there has been a total of 112 or 126 tornadoes during this span, right? As compared to last week or the last couple days where there's only been 4 tornadoes. So we definitely have a higher risk starting off in May, and it's looking like May's wanting to be like a teenager on a Friday night. You get it? Bang. Anyways. So here about 9 Zulu, so about 3 a.m., we can see this orangish color right here, right? That right there is the cape. And of course I never pulled it up, so I'll go ahead and do that right now for you. So we'll just go off right here. Okay, so got nice low level shear right here, right? Then come over here. Remember with the hot dog, which is right here, if I can get it. Remember how it was like throwing a hot dog down a hallway, right? It's not like a hot dog down a hallway today. But if I can get back to it, there we go. So there is a little inversion of the temperature compared to the dew point right here. But at roughly 3/4 of a kilometer up in the air, or about a half a kilometer, we get them where they touch, right? Normally touching is bad. In this situation, touching is bad. But I digress. But we see this here, right? And then can we get it good? Yep. So the most unstable cape right here, we're looking at a 2884, I think that says. Anything above 1500 is definitely grounds for concern, right? And then we see right here the effective inflow shear is at 49 knots. That's pretty crazy, right? And then here we see some supercell activity, some significant hail, and definitely the possibility hazard is a tornado. So with all of this stuff that we're looking at right here, that's already cause for concerns, right? But then that was one weather model. Now looking at, so we were looking at the European model. Now this is the GFS, right? I'm not going to show you the composite for the composite reflectivity for the GFS because that's currently not matching the European model. But what is matching the European model is supercell composites, right? I'm going to push off until this time right here. Right here, right? So we can see that there's this basically, what supercell composite, it's kind of self-explanatory. It tells us where supercells very well could form, right? They could form here, right? Maybe it's gross. No, it's not working like I wanted it to. But we can definitely see that there is going to be some sort of supercells stuff forming, right? And then here's most unstable cape. I know you can't really read that, but trust me, I'm not a weatherman. But trust me, I hit the screen. It says most unstable cape, and then something kilogram, right? And then so we see over here 375 joules per kilogram. That's how the cape is measured, right? We're going to go ahead and push off into Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, which is right about here. So 9 Zulu. See, we're still seeing about a 2200 joules per Jesus Christ, 2200 joules per kilogram. That's still pretty significant for this, even though currently the Jesus Christ, I cannot fucking talk tonight. The GFS model is not showing significant rain over here like the European model. But what I can tell you is I have a fairly good confident rate. Oh, here's surface-based cape as well. But I'm saying that out of all the chances of tornadoes so far, I believe this week could be the week that we could see them in the early morning hours of Wednesday. I'm saying we could, okay? I don't know 100%. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know. But the data I'm looking at is showing. So even here, the most unstable cape on the GFS model is still showing 2100 joules per kilogram, right? And then about 9 a.m., it drops back down to less than that. So here's some of the tornado data I have, right? I have pulled all the tornado data for all 77, 78 counties I can never remember for Oklahoma from 1950 to 2024. So, okay, so it was 113 tornadoes within the 3-day span period of where we're looking at currently, right? And I have this available. I don't know exactly where it's at, but it's unfortunatenneighbor.com / I think it's like Oklahoma tornado data, I believe. I could be wrong on that. If you guys want to take a look at the entire sheet of all the tornadoes that have happened from 1950 to December, I think December 14th, 2024 was the last tornado we had at the end of last year. I can link that for you if you guys are generally curious. I'm currently working on a new model, or not a new model, but a new research thing where it has all tornadoes all throughout the country. That's a pain in the ass. But I just wanted to bring this up real quick so we get some heads up and some things looking into it. I will be probably producing videos every day until Wednesday. Yeah, so I think that's about it. I mean, we got Harmon Greer right there. They had an EF0. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. But welcome to the unfortunate neighborhood. Y'all have a great night. Do 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 do.